We're back at EPCOT, Walt Disney World.
Today and enter the world of Random Land.
Today we're here to check out what's inside of that giant golf ball, or the EPCOT Ball to outsiders. In reality, it's called Spaceship Earth, and it houses an attraction called Spaceship Earth. Spaceship Earth sits just inside of the entrance to EPCOT, and it is so big, it's pretty much the first and only thing that you see when you enter.
John Hammond?
Now, I am from Southern California. I grew up right next to the original Disneyland, so like many of you, I was as unfamiliar with EPCOT as I am with getting rained on every day. Now, because of its use as the symbol for EPCOT, and also because of its massive size, it led some people, I mean, never me or anything, who had never been here, that were kids and couldn't help it, to think that maybe there was a whole theme park, it was all inside of there. But it turns out, no, it's just a little piece of EPCOT. Even though it's big, it's a little, you see what I'm saying. I had misconceptions. I'm dumb. Now, Spaceship Earth is massive. It's 180 feet tall, and it hovers 18 feet off the ground, which means it's just short enough to avoid having to put a blinking red light on top for airplanes, but just tall enough to be really, really freaking huge. I bet this thing makes Indiana Jones really nervous. Now, this thing took over 2 years to build and has 11,324 triangular tile things on it. I mean, this thing is so huge. Look how tiny the people look going up inside of it. I mean, it's like an 18-story beach ball perched on a couple of Q-tips. It's massive, and it's so round, yet so pointy. You'll notice that underneath here, rain is not pouring and cascading down on us, and that's because under these triangular panels is actually a gutter system that takes all the rainwater, and instead of letting it drip on us, flushes it into World Showcase Lagoon, replenishing it. Oh, Disney, you're so clever, and thank you for keeping me dry. It looks so tiny, but that mural is actually 18 by 24 feet. I love this thing. It's one of my favorite pieces of Disney art, especially the guy at the top with his laser vision destroying Earth.
Destroy Earth!
Just like the Peoplemover, only the people being moved this time is me. Wait, what? Inside of our time machine, which looks remarkably like a Peoplemover. Ooh, look at this. Did you see this? Disney Magic. All right, here we go.
This is Spaceship Earth Control. On behalf of Siemens, welcome aboard. On the map in front of you, please show us where you're from while we input your time travel coordinates. Now locate the monitor overhead to the right.
Picture time. Better make sure I look handsome.
Good. Linking you now to your guide.
Like a grand and miraculous spaceship, our planet has sailed through the universe of time, and for a brief moment, we have been among its passengers. But where are we going? And what kind of future will we discover there? Surprisingly, the answers lie in our past. Since the dawn of recorded history, we've been inventing the future one step at a time. So let's travel back in time together. I'll show you how our ancestors created the world we know today, and then it will be your turn to create the world of tomorrow. Here, in this hostile world, is where our story begins. We are alone, struggling to survive, until we learn to communicate with one another. Now we can hunt as a team, and survive together. It takes 15,000 years to come up with the next bright idea, recording our knowledge on cave walls. There was only one small problem. When we moved, the recorded knowledge stayed behind.
I think I know some of them.
Now let's move ahead to ancient Egypt, because something is about to happen here that will change the future forever.
You'll notice this ride is narrated by Judi Dench. I keep expecting her to give James Bond instructions.
This unknown Egyptian pounding reeds flat is inventing papyrus, a sort of paper. Papyrus, in turn, creates better record keeping of plans, designs, and unfortunately taxes. But it also brings with it the dawn of great civilizations.
Here's an example of how Imagineers recycled animatronic. Because this guy right here is actually William Taft from Hall of Presidents. I know my presidents.
At this point, each civilization has its own form of writing, which none of the others can understand. But the Phoenicians, who trade with all of them, have a solution. They create a simple common alphabet, adaptable to most languages. Remember how easy it was to learn your ABCs? Thank the Phoenicians. They invented them. The ancient Greeks were great inventors of the future. First, they established public schools, and then began teaching an intriguing new subject called mathematics. And with math comes mechanical technology and the birth of the high-tech life we enjoy today.
Mathematics. Thanks a lot, Greeks.
With lessons learned from the Greeks, the Romans create a powerful empire. To move their armies around, they build a system of roads all over the known world. Rome built the first World Wide Web, and it's leading us into the future.
Look at this. If you look really closely, that's Teddy Roosevelt right there from Hall of Presidents again. Those crafty Imagineers. You can't sneak a TR past me.
But then we hit a roadblock. Rome falls, and the great library of Alexandria in Egypt is burned. Much of our learning is destroyed, lost forever. Or so we think.
Oh my gosh, you can smell it. Alright, this is the best part. They have smellicers that shoot burning smell at you.
It turns out there are copies of some of these books in the libraries of the Middle East, being watched over by Arab and Jewish scholars. Call it the first backup system. The books are saved, and with them our dreams of the future.
I love books. Thank you, Arabs.
In the meantime, here in Europe, monks toil endlessly recording books by hand. But that is about to change.
Is that John Adams?
In 1450, Gutenberg invents the movable type printing press. Now knowledge can travel as fast as these new books, and travel they do.
Alright, up here you might see a couple of familiar characters. If you're familiar with the Carousel of Progress, look closely at these two. You might spy someone familiar.
Books make it easier to invent the future in every field. And the result is an incredible explosion of innovation we call the Renaissance.
Look at this. Hidden Mickey. Hidden Mickey. A lot of people don't know this, but Hidden Mickey's actually started at Epcot because when Epcot opened, there weren't supposed to be any familiar Disney characters here. So that's one of the original Hidden Mickeys. Pretty cool. Oh, look. One of the Ninja Turtles. I love you in Secret of the Ooze. Michelangelo joke.
Books, it seems, were just the beginning. Now communication technology races headlong into the future. And soon people all over the world are sharing life's most important moments faster than ever before.
You know, I used to be in a punk band. So in the age of steam, I probably would have been a steampunk. Ladies.
We saw her figure of the pretty, smiling Lady Beatrix climb aboard an aeroplane yesterday.
Tilly?
By now, we're all communicating from anywhere on Earth. And in 1969, from somewhere else.
That's one small step for man.
I want to live in this apartment. What's really cool is you can see Walter Cronkite on the TV there really briefly. He actually once was the narrator for this ride. Pretty awesome.
To send a man to the moon, we had to invent a new language, spoken not by man, but by computers. At first, very large, very expensive computers, but we see the potential. What if everyone could have one of these amazing machines in their own house? There's just one problem. They're as big as a house. The solution comes in, of all places, a garage in California. Young people with a passion for shaping the future put the power of the computer in everyone's hands. Together, we form a super network that glows with billions of interactions. And once again, we stand on the brink of a new renaissance.
a minute. So we invent a computer, and then everything gets all dark and scary. What have we done?
After 30,000 years of time travel, here we are. A truly global community, poised to shape the future of this, our spaceship Earth.
Rotating backward for your return to Earth.
I get it.
In preparation
It's a
for your return to
metaphor.
Earth.
It's such a beautiful metaphor.
For the first time in history, all of us can have a say about the kind of world we want to live in. The choices we have made for the past 30,000 years have been inventing the future one day at a time. And now, it's your turn.
This is the fun part, where we pick our future.
And now I believe your future is just about ready. Let's take a look, shall we?
Welcome to the future. Worry about the house. A PDA with remote control can take care of anything you forgot. You will leave your country home in hope to places you can't imagine visiting today. And the moment you arrive at your home,
So here's to the next 30,000 years on Spaceship Earth. While no one knows for sure what you'll see or do, I do know it will be quite an adventure. An adventure that we'll take and make together. See you in the future.
Or in the past.
And so that's it. The wonderful, the glorious, the amazing, my favorite, Spaceship Earth. I know that my feeble skills can never replace actually riding on this ride and feeling the feels and smelling the smells, but I hope that you enjoyed this little quick look at the most epic ride of EPCOT, Spaceship Earth. Subscribe for some more video adventures. Check out all the links down below in the description, and I'll see you guys in Random Land. Bye-bye! Well, hopefully today I can clear up at least some of the confusion. This giant ball is actually called Spaceship Earth, and it's a geodesic sphere, not a golf ball. Don't call it that. They get upset here. Epcot, Epcot, Epcot. There is so much to do here at Epcot in Walt Disney World. I mean, there's all kinds of rides and countries to see, and there's even free soda.
Você com chiclete?
Tem, esse daqui, ó.
Logo Aliás, a maioria não dá. Tô falando de grossa, a boca é uma
That's better. Look at it. This one has pretty mirrors. Hey there, handsome. Look at this guy. Idiot.
He's done his duty. He can go home and sleep well.